This video will show you how to map combined pedals in MAME. On the floor I have a set of pedals that are not combined for my Logitech racing wheel. When I press the gas, the green slider here goes up. When I press the brake, the red slider goes up. I can press both at the same time and they both get their own slider. Now in the settings I can make these combined, but I want to take a look at these pedals here because they're always combined. I have no option to change that. For these pedals, the Z-axis shown here is for the pedals. Now if I press the brake, it goes all the way up. If I press the gas, it goes all the way down. And if I press neither, it stays in the middle somewhere, about 50%. So now let's take a look at mapping these in MAME. Now as you would expect to map your pedal, you just press tab, go to input this machine, highlight the pedal you want, pedal 1 for the gas in this case, press enter and then press the appropriate pedal. So I'm going to unpause the game and let's see what happens. You notice I'm not touching either of the pedals and it's actually starting to slowly accelerate on its own. Not at full speed, but it's definitely going. The reason is because we mapped the entire Z axis. And you remember back in Windows that when you're not touching any of the pedals, it's actually the same as if you were pushing it down 50% of the way. So what we need to do is separate these pedals in MAME, and I will show you how to do that. So I'm going to go back into my mapping section and let's start over with pedal 1 here. I press enter, I press the pedal, I get Joy 1 Z axis, which I don't want. I'm going to press enter again, press the pedal again. Now it says Joy 1 Z axis plus. So it's only going to take the plus section of the Z axis. But if you remember in Windows, the brake was actually the top half, so that's actually the plus. So I'm going to press enter one last time, press the pedal again, and now Joy 1 Z axis minus is mapped to pedal 1. And back in the game, I unpause it, nothing's happening. I press the brake, nothing happens. I press the gas, and here we go, accelerating at full speed and works as it should. And then I'll go back in, I'll just map the brake to the Z axis plus, and then everything will work fine. So that's how you deal with these combined pedals in MAME, by actually just mapping it over and over until you get the plus minus that you want. Now just because my pedals have the plus as the brake and the minus as the gas doesn't mean that yours will, so you might have to experiment a little bit with that. I just want to show you one last thing. Let's say you map your pedal correctly, in my case Joy 1 Z axis minus, and you go into the game and something like this happens where you're not touching the pedal and it's going full speed, but when you press the pedal down it's as if you weren't touching the pedal at all. That's because this pedal's actually reversed. So let me pause the game, show you how to fix that. Press tab and go to analog controls, go to pedal 1 reverse. You notice I have it on, you just set that to off, go back into the game, and now it's working as it should. And in some cases you might have to set it to on. It depends on your pedals and how they're set up in Windows. So just keep that in mind. I find it easier if you are confused to do one pedal at a time. So start with the gas pedal, make sure nothing's mapped to the brake, and then get that working. And then you can go in and map your brake and get everything working the way it should.